Well, hello everybody. Bones here. Looks like spring has sprung here in South Carolina. Look at the beautiful trees. That's pretty amazing. It's all over the Carolinas, I think. Mike Haley 7 was commenting the other day about how his trees have all come out. What I'm going to talk about today is motor vlogging. There's a lot of motor vloggers out there. I tend to just follow the ones in the eastern half of the United States because the places that they tend to ride are places that I could conceivably go. Freedom Rider did a whole trip around Southern California here not too long ago, and I really enjoyed that because I actually knew that country. I had lived out there for a little while, so those are always fun. Anytime a motor vlogger, a fellow motor vlogger, puts up some material for some place I'm familiar with, I always get a big kick out of that. I like Memphis Mike because he does stuff I haven't done yet, and he's always a hoot. He talks a little bit like Elvis. That's pretty funny. So I enjoy him. There's a lot of them that I enjoy, but one of the things I find interesting is I started this a little over a year ago, and I really didn't make a lot of videos. I only recently started cranking them out because I finally got my act together and got enough equipment and figured it all out, how to put it all together. I wasn't in a big rush, you know, I'm retired. But one of the problems that I've noticed is coming up with a subject to talk about. It's interesting, Mike Haley 7 went out on a ride here. I guess it was his last video he did, and I think he cut 3 videos in one ride, which is really interesting if you can think of that much to talk about, but I typically run out of things pretty quick. But one of the things that I've got to talk about here today is about motovlogging, because you know, a lot of the guys really crank them out. The ones that I subscribe to, the Best 1A and NC Stoney and Riding Country and you know, Freedom Rider and Mike Haley 7 and Harley Trek, all those guys, they some of them crank them out, you know, a couple a week, one a month, you know, a couple a year. But there's a whole bunch of motovloggers that I subscribe to that I haven't actually seen a video in over a year. So I don't know if you know, when you take up this hobby you lose interest in it. It could be, I don't know. Chime in below, tell me what you think. We're just out riding here today on this beautiful day, talking about anything that comes to mind with regard to motovloggers. As a lot of you know, there's a gathering of the eastern half of the United States motovloggers coming up in the New England area. About half of them have said they're not sure if they can go yet, the biggest problem being the distance. I figured out how to do it. It just kind of depends on the long-term forecast now, but I've decided that it's just too much of a ride for me. 1,164 miles. So I'm going to take a trailer and trailer it up. I don't really have any choice. It's my age. It's just, I'm not going to, what'll happen is when I get there I'll be exhausted. I won't be able to do the rides with the guys. So I don't want to have that happen. I tried to ride tired before, and it doesn't work out well for me. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to trailer it, and that way I can do the whole trip in a long day, and without any difficulty. If I start early in the morning, I'll be there that night sometime, and that will enable me to take a day or so of rest before everybody else gets there, and I'll do the same thing coming home. That way I won't have to come home tired. Plus, my wife says she might come up and ride with us a couple of days, because she's going to be up that way visiting some relatives. So we'll see if that happens. And yes, how many of you, say in the comments below, are going to bring other friends or spouses or girlfriends? Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. I'm enjoying my ride out here today, so why don't you ride along with me here for just a minute. Of course, we're going to get stuck behind a car and a light. That's one of the other things. that I don't like is a lot of the guys get stuck in traffic and they just wind up having to cut out all that footage. I shot 4 hours of footage for my Bridges of Somerville video, and I think I was able to actually use 15 minutes of it because it was a lot of it just like this, sitting stopped. So I'm going to cut it right here, and we're back underway here. Like I said, it's just a gorgeous day. Holy mackerel. It's 68 degrees. There's a little bit of wind blowing. The pollen is everywhere. I washed my car yesterday, and this morning it's yellow. Well, it's not a yellow car. It's yellow now, and I'm gonna rinse it off when I get back. We've got a group ride coming up tomorrow. I'll do some video on that. It could be a pretty good turnout, so we'll see how that goes. So for now, everybody have a good day. Ride to be safe. So long.